Welcome students to our online classes. Myself Ashwini Honkase is going to explain you lesson number 3, fiber to fabrics. So in this lesson we are going to study a varieties of fabrics, fiber, some plant fibers, spinning cotton yarn, yarn to fibers, history of clothing materials. So students, you are familiar with these all pictures. You can see a varieties of saris here, napkins and dresses, right? So all these cloths are made from threads, right? Do an activity in your home. Take that threads and try to separate them out. Yes, if you separate them out, you will get a still thinner threads, and that are called as a strands. What we will call them as strands, and that strands are nothing but fibers. What we will call them, that are called as a fibers. If you remove the threads from these cloths, you will get a thread like this, and if you separate the threads, still thinner threads we will get, and what we will call them as fibers. The thin strands of thread that we see are made up of still thinner strands are called as a fibers. They are called as a fibers. Now already we are familiar with the fibers. Now let us see about the fibers. Fibers are of two types. How many? They are of two types. One is of natural fiber, another one is artificial fiber. One is natural fiber, another one is artificial fiber. Natural fibers are those which we will get naturally, right? Which we will get naturally. Means normally we will get, we don't want to create them, we don't want to uh, take them, that are getting naturally. They are called as a natural fibers. For example, some fibers are comes from plants, some fibers come from animal. So we are not supposed to create them, that are called as a natural fibers. Now the next one is artificial fiber. Artificial fibers are those fiber which we have to create in our industries, right? Which we have to create in our industries, or they are man-made fibers. They are man-made fibers that are called as artificial fibers. And some examples for artificial fibers are polyester, nylon, acrylic. Maybe you are wearing, you are using that clothes, but you are not familiar with them, right? So now we are going to study one by one about these fibers. Now we are going to study about the plant fiber. In that, cotton, right? So cotton, I think you have in your home, your pillows, your that mattresses and other things of the other things of your home are made from cotton, right? So you all are familiar with cotton. So let us study something about cotton. So you can see the crop of cotton here, how they look like. They look like a white snow on the plants, right? They look like a white snow on the plant. You can compare here in the sky as well as the cotton plants. Now see, where the cotton will grow in nearly black soil. It needs black soil and warm climate. What it need? It need black soil and warm climate. So when the cotton plant will grow, the lemon size balls will be create on the cotton plant, and when they will be mature, they will be blast, and then we will get a cotton flower. We will get cotton flower. So cotton fibers can be seen when that balls will be spread out, or they will be blast. So how the cotton will be look like? It will be look like a snow covered on the field, right? So like this we can get a beautiful picture when we will see the cotton plants, right? Then next, cottons, how we are taking, we can pick by our hand, as well as nowadays we are using machine to take out the cotton. So this process, when the cotton plants will be grow properly, we are removing the cotton from that plant is nothing but a ginning. What we will call it as ginning. So ginning we will done by hands as well as machine. Right? Ginning, the process we are doing by the hand as well as machine. Cotton is useful, that already we discussed. Cotton is useful in preparing mattresses as well as pillows. Now we can see what is the process of ginning. So you can see the machine, how they are separating the cotton from that plant. So this machine is all useful in the process of ginning. So when we will remove properly that cotton from that plants, we can observe cotton, how it's look like. See, it looks like a small balls, right? So in that way we can able to see the cotton when we will separate it from that plants. Now next we are going to study about jute. Jute is also one of the natural fiber. Yes, we are getting it from naturally from the plant. So see, these are the jute plants. They look like a bamboo sticks, right? So these are called as a jute plants. So what is the speciality? Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of jute plant. So what we have to do? We have to take that stem, and from that stem we have to keep that stem in water for 6 to 8 days. Then after that the fiber of the jute is going to be separate. By the hand we are going to separate, and that jute we are using for the preparing of bags and other materials which are useful in our daily life. So in India, jute is mainly grown in West Bengal, where we are growing in West Bengal and Assam. So it will be cut. The jute plant will be cut when the flower stage will become. Before the flowering, we are cutting the stem of the plant. We will be immersed it in a water for few days. Then after that we are separating that jute fiber from that jute plant. So all these fibers are then converted into yarn. Yarn means nothing but thread. Now next. So next is the process of. So the next thing is spinning. So spinning is the process when we will get the strand from that yarn. So many process will be held in the factories or by handmade. Then we are getting the yarn or a proper thread that we are spinning. So spinning process is the process of making yarn from fiber. Right? It is a making of yarn, means thread, from the fiber. In this process, fiber from mass of a cotton wool are made drawn out. Yes, they will be made drawn out and twisted. This brings the fiber together to form a yarn. So yarn is then converted by the fiber, and this process will be done by the many instruments. In that, one instrument is there, that is called as a takli. What it will be called as takli, right? So how it looks like? See, you can able to see the picture of takli. It will be looks like your needle. It will look like your needle, and this takli will help you to prepare the yarn with the help of fiber. Now simple device is used to spinning is a hand spindle, also called as a takli. It is called as a takli. The another one is there, that is called as a charaka. So who invented charaka? That we all are familiar. Our Mahatma Gandhi, as a in the part of independence movement, they invented the charaka, and this also helpful in the preparation of fiber to yarn, right? Now the next thing is how many processes are going on in the preparation of yarn to fabrics. Then yarn to fabrics means when the thread is going to be prepared, then how the cloths will be done. Now, yarn to fabrics, there are two methods are there. First one is weaving, another one is knitting. First one is weaving, another one is knitting. So weaving means what? it is the arrangement of two sets of yarn together to make a fabrics. It is the arrangement of two sets of yarn to prepare a fabric. So now one activity you have to do in your home. Take 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter length of paper strip. Cut two different types of paper, two different color paper strip, and you have to weave it in such a way that you will get this pattern, and you have to prepare it, and you have to keep it with you. Now, so weaving is same process. We are using the thread here. They shown with the help of papers, but we are using the thread. So weaving is done on a loom. Loom is a machine which will help you to weave the threads. And there will be a two types. One is hand loom, another one is a power loom. One is hand loom and another one is power loom. On the both we can use the process of weaving. Now the next one is knitting. So knitting, it is a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. So what we are doing, we are using single yarn. So this is the process of knitting. In this process what they are doing, they are using single yarn and they are preparing the cloths. So this process is also done with the help of hand as well as machine. So this one is a machine which help you in the process of knitting. Now let us know something about the history of clothing. So long ago the peoples don't know about the clothing, right? Peoples don't know about clothing. So what they were using? They were using the twigs, leaves and other things to cover their body, to protect their body from cold and other things, right? So after that, when the peoples settle down in particular places for the process of agricultural, they they become know that how to use, what to use to wear the cloths, to make the cloths. So slowly, steadily, their twigs of the plants, grasses, mats, all the things they are try to prepare, right? Then afterwards they started to use the animal fleeces. Then how they are taking the animal fleeces, they cultivated the animal for the process of their agricultural, and because of that they takes that fleeces means hairs of that animals, and afterwards they become familiar how the fabrics will be woven and how the cloths will be prepared. So, the early Indians wore the fabrics made of cotton that grew in the region near the river Ganga. So, flax is also a plant that used in the natural fiber. So, in ancient Egypt, cotton as well as flax were cultivated near the river Nile, and we are used for making them as a fabrics. So these all is the history of clothing. So what happened in early days, peoples are unknown about the clothing. They slowly steadily understood to protect their body with the help of twigs, leaves and other materials that are nothing but skin of animals. When they started for the process of agricultural, they started to remove the fleece of animals and they tried to weave it as a cloths. So slowly, steadily, it becomes a big industries. Nowadays, we are wearing varieties of cloths. Thank you.